Hey guys, how are you? Cristo Gomez here again. The settings are a little different this time. My schedule is a little hectic with work, so I have to find the appropriate times to shoot videos or do homework. And it happens to be inside my vehicle this time, so I apologize for the ugly view. However, the discussion board was based on making a decision and then basically your goals on that decision and the effectiveness of the decision making skills uh, that I'm considering. The professor asked for a couple of things for a 4-year transfer, career, new home, all that. Is pretty common ground. I think I wanted to throw something a little different out, and mine was sleep apnea, which is totally different. So the reason I'm bringing this one up is because at the beginning of this year, like any other year, I was working out. I was doing really good. I had energy for days, and what ended up happening was that around March of this year, I started getting really fatigued. Um, and so I was just associating the fatigue with work. I worked sometimes 12, 13-hour days, 7 days a week, basically 8:30 in the morning to 10, 11 o'clock at night sometimes, selling vehicles. And I know I keep bringing up my job a lot, and it's primarily because it's such a big area in my life right now at the moment. Um, and so I associated that with just being tired, getting older, being out of shape. And so I started to really get concerned with me being fatigued. I didn't, because I'd been doing this for a couple years now, and I didn't really realize um, how bad it was, or how it really was affecting me. So I had to really make a decision based on what was going on, and I had to really analyze the problem, which is one of the decision making functions. One of the four functions of decision making is the analysis of the problem. So I started, like anybody else nowadays, I started doing research online, found a whole bunch of scary stuff, uh, and my wife just kept saying, "It's because you're fat. It's because you're out of shape and you don't work out and you're tired all the time and you're always working. You're not eating healthy." And I said, "Okay, got it." So I decided to pursue that avenue. I lost a little bit of weight, started eating healthier, but I was still fatigued. Um, I ended up going to the doctor, and the doctor did blood work, did a whole bunch of stuff. Everything came back normal, thank God. And he said you might be a good candidate for a sleep study test. Um, and I said, sure. If it involves sleep, let's go. I'm all about it because I'm always tired. So they did this test on me, and it came back with there's different criterias. Mine came back with severe sleep obstruction apnea. So severe sleep obstruction, yeah. And so basically, what it means is in an hour, I would stop breathing about 54 times a minute uh, for periods of 10 seconds or more. And they call it hypoapnea, meaning low uh, breathing periods. So I had 52 or 54 times that would happen throughout the night. And essentially, I would sleep for 8 hours, but I would only get about 2 hours of sleep. And so the doctor said, you have severe sleep apnea. It needs to be addressed. So my next goal was getting healthy and trying to figure out how I was going to correct this and how I was going to make this better. And so the decision was made to start planning on really eating healthy, really working out, and getting a machine called a CPAP machine that's going to help me breathe at night. And ironically, I'm outside the sleep center area right now, where I'm supposed to get this machine to help me breathe. And so we're gonna see if it helps. And that's part of the goal setting for me was to basically get healthier and be able to breathe at night, be able to breathe and have a good, solid, strong life, um, to help me. So this essentially is going to be part of the solution, to help me get to where I need to get, as far as a healthy father, husband, right? So in order to be effective in all these things, I have to be able to take all these things into account. And I always thought that having a CPAP machine is something that old people use, that old, overweight males primarily use. But I may be overweight, but I don't think I'm that old. So um, it's just a process of life, I guess. And I had to evaluate the positive and negative characteristics of this. And a lot of it had to do with being healthy. So I looked at it the most positive way. I may be sleeping like Darth Vader at night with all the oxygen and all that stuff, but as long as it keeps me healthy and breathing and energetic, it should be good. So that's my post. Hopefully, you guys can find some help from this, or can relate. Um, Thank you.